Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Maryjane. I'm very excited because today's episode promises to be all shades of exciting. Well, it's exciting me particularly. I will be bringing you words that every Nigerian needs to hear. So gather everyone around. They need to hear words from today. And afterwards, I'm bringing on the show a very young lady who's making waves across the African continent. And she's from Nigeria. Stick around because this episode is going to be the blast. Welcome back to the show. Joining us on this episode is someone who is very, very inspiring to me, and I'm sure she'll be to you as well. She's a humanitarian. I mean, you can't pay humanitarians. She also is a business consultant to SMEs, and she is an entrepreneur. Please join me to welcome to the show the CEO of the NGO called AFIDEN, is Africa's Education Aid Global Network, and a co-founder of Live It Global, Judith Ikpa.
Thank you
Judith,
so much.
I was taking my time so that I don't mess up anything. Africa Education Aid for Development Network. So I still missed out before.
Yes, it's actually Africa Education Aid for Development Network.
For development, and
Yes.
that's AFIDEN.
AFIDEN.
And
yes.
you started. This is your NGO.
Yes.
Where you help children who are not in school.
So we help
to
children
get into school
exactly
and stay in school.
Very importantly, yes.
In Africa.
Yes, across Africa. So far, we're in 5 African countries.
Okay, so I'm going to say something just so that we see her through the eyes of that and respect her more.
Oh no, please.
Judith is less than 30.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Judith is less than 30. Very, very successful.
Okay.
Judith.
I feel like my brain is all over the floor. I need help to pick the pieces.
Judith, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I'm very
so glad
inspired by you.
I'm also inspired by what you do. I mean, look at this place, got an amazing show. So, I mean, when you told me you started this year, I was surprised because, you know, people tell about their stories, how they start very little from their room, from the kitchen.
But that was my story as well.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, I appreciate the fact that you started as well. But I believe it's consistency that brought you this far. I mean, people wait 4 years to get here. I mean, to think that you started this year and this is already October.
Yeah.
And you're where you are. So, I mean, you should be very proud of yourself.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, you should be more proud of yourself.
And you should be more proud of yourself.
Thank you. Okay, so this is about you,
Okay.
Judith. Okay, so you were telling me the story of Camera.
Yeah.
Of how you started helping children.
Yeah.
You just saw them. You saw them. It was a need in the environment. You were going to work and you saw children who were not in school.
Yeah.
You're like, how can these children? What are you doing right now?
Exactly.
And then the mothers are like, we cannot pay. We know it's free education. And that's very important.
Yeah.
They say we know it's free education,
But then they can't afford the
but they can't afford the things
the
that come with it.
sandals,
And
the
I know
books.
that.
Yes.
I know that. I'm actually taking care of one.
Okay.
I'll take care of more.
Amen.
After. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. It's actually a big deal for me right now, having met you. Because something I've been planning to do, I've been thinking of, like crazily strategizing on. I was actually saying Christmas, but then I thought about the madness of Christmas. I'm like, okay, January.
Yeah.
I'm not going to procrastinate this
Amen.
one.
We'll help you make sure.
Yes, please do. Okay, but this is actually important what you're saying, that these mothers said, we know that education is free, but it's not so free.
Yes, exactly.
Because as in the things that they demand.
The cost of the unseen cost, you know, because sometimes when we say free education, unfortunately we've brought down the narrative of free education to having access to school without fees. But then we don't realize that this woman is a petty trader. I mean, one of the kids, all the way on her mother's table, it's not more than 350 naira. I mean, all the sweets, chewing gums, and all those things. So when you say, oh, we've done the most, but you've not really done the most for some families. These mothers, they struggle to get, I mean, if 350 naira, they have to replace the sweets. So maybe their profit at the end of the day is 150 naira. So now the sandals, anything within the range of 200 to 300 naira if you have the very affordable ones. There's the school books, there's a school uniform, which you have to get the fabric and have the tailor make. So
I mean, this girl just got into just one, and we had to, on her list was 2 uniforms. You have to do 2 uniforms, socks, berets, you have to pay, and then we ended up spending at least 15 to 20,000 naira, which was okay for us. But I'm thinking of the person who's earning 20,000 and less. Earning 5,000.
You're going too far. People who earn 100 naira on a daily basis, who fathers are not in the pictures,
So how free
who
is
live under the
education then?
bridge. I mean, so when we want to talk about free education, it has to be holistic, you know. So that is where we're coming in. So, and when we say we ensure the children go to school and stay in school, it's beyond registering them and moving on. So we are one of all those kind of NGOs that do the work to the T. Like we go for their staff meetings, PTA meetings. We
Oh
go to
wow,
school,
you're,
we check their
you're
results,
like a
and
guardian.
yes, more like, so when we say we're adopting children, we are actually adopting children. We take food to them, you know, to their parents and their families. We try to source for menial jobs for their mothers, because most of them are mostly single mothers. So we go, you know, all the way. We want these children to go to school and stay in school.
Stay in school as
Yes,
well.
and so we are replicating. We are so proud that we're replicating this across 5 African countries that we work in. Yes, we've not reached all the nook and crannies of these African countries, but it's just this little drop of kindness, you know, that creates this the change we really want to see in Africa.
Fantastic. Okay, so I was saying you didn't start as an NGO.
No, definitely.
You started as Judith.
Yes, as Judith.
As Judith. So at the time when you saw these children in school, you weren't registered.
No, not at all.
And you had succeeded in getting how many children into school?
So far,
no, at the time, not now.
Okay, at the time, 32 at the time.
By yourself?
Yes, you know, at the time it wasn't like so much in the beginning. We had trickles of 5, 10 pockets, and then because it was in the East, most of the things were not so expensive. So 2000, yes, where I was born and bred in Abia State.
Right.
So,
right. Yes, I know that story. No, you were telling me that people practically came and knocked on your door.
Yes, they'll say, oh, you are not, your child is not in school. Better go and tell Chukwunayobi's daughter to go and help you manage your child and ensure they go to school. You know, all those kind of things. So before you know, word of mouth, I'm like the central education hub of
your village.
You know, so it's either you're helping with school fees, or you're helping with school uniforms, or you're helping with food stuff. You know, just any way you can, basically. So moving down to Lagos State for my youth service, it feels like God just puts me in environments where I get to just see these people. And then, so serving in Ojodubega, in one of all the rural communities in Ojodubega, I came, you know, the cycle started all over again. I saw a few children, I registered them in school. Their mothers,
like they were sent to you.
So, you know, everywhere I went,
I
had them, you know, all over. But then I feel like it's God putting me in a position where I should be able to help people, or putting me in the midst of places of relevance, even though I do not see it in that light. You know, so I mean, it's been God all the way. I don't like using that "it's been God all the way" line, because people, it masks a lot of process, but it's been God, but there's work.
There's work. It's been God, but you are not serious. Yes, because it masks a lot of process. Yes. And people say, oh, well, it's God. And we're
God,
like, please, can you tell us the nitty-gritty of how God did it?
You started, exactly.
Do you understand? We understand that it's God, but how exactly did he do it?
Yes.
What I admire is that you saw these needs. I think we all see them.
Exactly.
I think some of us shut our hearts to them.
It's not, I feel like a lot of people do not shut their hearts. I feel like we feel like, you know, there's this grand plan. You know, I need to step back, you know, this is the problem, I need to strategize.
Anti-I.
You know, we need to plan
it.
You know, we need to have the school bus that is branded blue and green, you know, that'll be picking children, the less privileged. You know, we have this grand scheme of how we want to do it.
No, you're telling the story of my life. You know, I was telling you off camera.
Yeah.
That how it was that in January, I'd sat down with a book and it was top on my chart.
Yes.
Less privileged, do something, yada yada yada. In Aja, there you see you're driving.
Yeah, there are just a lot of them.
And they're there sitting under the sun, under the rain, and they're just sitting down there. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Before the rains come, I'm going to get umbrellas. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And then you're
trying to do a
strategy
strategy
map. And I told myself that Valentine's Day. Oh no, I said it. Valentine's Day. This is what better way to show love, my sister. I said I was going to do it. That's how Valentine's Day came and left. And I said Easter. I pushed it to Easter. I said, Easter, we'll do something. No, Easter came and left, and I said, oh my God, I must do it on my birthday in May.
What a day.
May came and left.
Wow.
And when May left, I think it was in June or July that I was like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
We had reached the second quarter of the year, and I'm like, I've not done anything. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I have to do anything, anyhow,
at all, just
anyway.
anyhow.
It was my last.
It's just like the proverbial tale of entrepreneurs that jump off the plane and start building the parachute. While this advice might be relative, there are some things you want to do. You want to sit down and, you know, the planning phase is part of the it's part of the starting. Some other things you need to just do it as it gets to your mind.
Right.
You know? Because when we see the kids, we're like, you know what? Before you could, you know, sometimes I feel haunted by some of the ones we do not help that end up one of the children that we helped in one of the communities of Woro. So we're planning, okay, next time we go back, we're going to target the brothers, the older ones who are not in school. And so sometime last 3 months, when I went back to the community, when I went to take foodstuff for the family, I was told the boy, got into a gang violence in the Woro Shoki area and was stabbed to death. I felt all guilty, because this our job puts you in a position where you feel responsible, and feel like maybe if I have done. I mean, like, it was a weekday. It was on a Wednesday. Yeah, I remember.
He could have been in
maybe
school.
He could have been in school. In my mind, I'm like, maybe if I had, registered him in school at that time, maybe, you just blame yourself at the time because you've been absorbed into these people's life. They see you as an elder sister or a mother that they never had, So, I mean, you just have to do it that day because you never know.
Wow, with that, we will be taking a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be meeting more of this wonderfully created and special humanitarian, Judith Ikpa. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. I've been speaking with Judith Ikpa, a fine sister of God. She's a humanitarian and a business consultant, also an entrepreneur.
Thank you.
You've gone global.
Amen.
She's the CEO. You've gone global. You're in 4 countries or 5 countries now.
Yes.
And Uganda, name them.
Oh, Uganda, Ghana, Cameroon, entering Tanzania.
See, you started as an individual.
Yes.
Wait, Judith has a unique story. She was telling me. She has to tell this story. So you started as an individual.
Yes.
You saw that there was a need. You had taken care of like 32 children by yourself.
Yes.
Without registering as an NGO. Yeah? And then there was a need for you to expand.
Yes.
Because people said they found you in Lagos. Judith said they found her in Lagos, literally. And they come to knock on your door and knock on your house and say, Judith.
Yes, by the time I moved off for a few families, somehow they just saw me and where I was living. And then my husband would be in the house, yeah, Auntie Juliet, they didn't call my name right, but either way I knew it was me they were calling. So.
And then they come to you asking for...
Yeah, okay, our neighbor needs, I brought my friend who are picking, they go school, things like that.
Things like that.
Yeah. Fine.
So there was that need, and then there was need for you to expand.
Definitely.
And then you had to register as an NGO.
Yes.
Which is not an easy thing to do in Nigeria.
Yeah, that is where networking and reaching out come into play.
Fantastic.
So as
That's
individuals,
what I want to talk about.
As individuals that have ideas and all those, sometimes we see
that has what?
Ideas and all the things, big, huge dreams that we want to do.
What do you call ideas?
So ideas will be, I want to start a TV show like Maryjane. I want to start an NGO.
Ideas.
Ideas.
Oh, it sounded like IDS.
Oh, no.
Ideas.
So for individuals that have ideas, there are a lot of things. Sometimes your constraint is not finance. Because in the beginning, I thought my constraint was finance.
Okay.
But I realized that if I stepped out a bit more and talked to more people, and then not just any type of quality people, and quality people will be, it's not cast in stone, it depends on your field, and people will think that could help. So when I came into Lagos and the need increased, a lot of people told me, Judith, you can't do this, you need collaboration. I knew I need collaboration.
Yep.
So I needed to move on. So, I started thinking of places to meet the kind of people that would give me what I wanted. Right. So I knew I may not be able to meet them in their office or all that. So I went on Eventbrite. Thank you, Eventbrite. I searched for events happening in Lagos that had quality people, or the crop of people, corporate bodies and individuals.
Eventbrite is a website?
Yes, a website that has all these events happening everywhere, especially in Lagos and other states. So I went online, saw a couple of events. I went to some of these events, and in one of the events I met Honorable Lagi Innocent. He is one of the founders of one of the political parties, Labour Party in Nigeria and all over, and also running for governorship elections in Nasarawa.
Okay, so like you said,
so when I met him,
so you're looking for strategic people.
Yes, in strategy, I'm looking for events that will make me meet those kind of people.
Fantastic.
So when I met him at the event, people were greeting all other people, but they felt like their side was all the high table people that. So and also as an entrepreneur, someone that is reaching for you, don't be scared to, what's the worst case scenario? They'll tell you to go back, no, you can't turn, but then you've made a move. So I realized that nobody was going up to them to shake them or find out, say hello, but I had to boldly go up and nobody told me to go back.
They don't have bodyguards around.
Yeah, they had bodyguards, but I mean, like, nobody was going to literally throw me out and say, oh,
really,
you're
I
not
know
fit
that,
to.
yes.
So, but people felt that, oh, don't go there, So I walked up to him and told him about, and I always tell people, if you're going to this kind of event or if you're meeting people, have what you do in at least 2 seconds of pitch. So you don't bore the person.
I hear this a lot.
You know,
like know what you want to say in your mind already in
2 seconds, not more. So you get the person's attention. So I met him. I told him, okay, we are. My name is Judith. I've founded this charity, and we've reached out currently to 32 children. We're looking to expand. We hope to bring in people on board that can help us, move the vision forward, registration and supporting of the charity. I was like, wow, what a wonderful thing you're doing. 32 children already, and it's essential that your pitch has one of the substantial things you've done. And that's why, even as an entrepreneur, Maryjane, you started, you did a few shots that got you the other attention you needed. Right. So some people just want to sit down, have help come in the first place. So sometimes you have to make some moves yourself. So when telling people, they will be I've done this, and that, but I could move forward if you come in.
Yes, I know.
Exactly. So, when we told him, he was like, I'm impressed. At this stage, you're a youth corper. I mean, you're just finishing. You've done 32. I would help you. He told me, I'm going to take on all the cost of registration of the NGO. I'm just going to send you all your documents by next 2 weeks once it's ready. I'm like, oh, really? Just like that? I'm like, okay. And he took his card. And in 2 weeks, my registration was ready and all of that. Even prior to the registration being completed, when he asked that I bring in my board of trustees that I needed, I also went to similar events as well. Read through the profile of people that were coming for the event and strategically positioned myself to be the event. I had Mark on board as one of my trustees. Tomike Ajose, now Deji West of Niger Delta Exploration.
And wait, hold on a second. You got all these people just by walking up to them at events?
And talking to them about what we've done.
And then they accepted?
I mean, people, Nigerians, as much as people think, Nigerians are very, very altruistic. There are people that want to help. I've seen that a lot with a lot of people, even with the charity. I used to tell a lot of places I've been to on TV shows. Yeah. Our problem is not financial capacity. Yes, we have a lot of needs in the financial sector. Yeah. It's people are willing to help, especially when it comes to, and people want to help when you're authentic. Do you understand? So I'm surprised. It wasn't so hard, and all these people were on board. I supplied the name, and registration came out as a charity, and that was how we started. And now the dream to register the charity has already been achieved. Now, there is the African part, which in my own thinking was like a long-term plan. So we're starting from Nigeria. Okay, cool. Let's move.
Right.
Do you understand? So luckily...
So Africa was just pegged down as a name first. That, let me not limit myself. We'll go global.
Yes, one day. The Lord will do it.
Yes.
So one time, I usually will write certain articles for some international magazines or any UN agency that asks for maybe a drop of speech or write up on any topic. So I usually will write in a couple of places. So I got this mail about a global youth summit, and I applied. It was happening in Doha. Excuse me. So I applied, and I got accepted to attend the invitation at the program in Doha. There in the event, fully funded and all those things. I went and I met other young people from other African countries. I remember like, what, Judith? African countries is not really that far,
Right.
So I spoke to a few people of the young people about what we're doing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So that we don't get lost in this.
Yeah.
So you were writing articles for the UN.
Yes, all those agencies that ask for articles on different things, education and all those things.
What education? What were you writing about? So they're writing about the plight of the Nigerian child.
Yes, there are a lot of topics to explore. There are a lot of international magazines that want content. I did pure and applied chemistry, nothing close to.
Whoa! What was making you write? Pure passion for
I just
what
wanted
was
to
happening?
get the word out.
You just wanted to get word out.
Yeah, I just wanted to get word out.
I just wanted us to hold on to that. So it's not like you're a writer.
No, I'm not. I'm not your best writer.
Right. No. We're going somewhere. Yeah. Go ahead. So you were passionate about the things that were happening around you.
Yes, and I was writing about it.
Let me tell you why. I'm sorry I keep cutting you in. Fine. I don't want to take myself out of the picture.
Okay.
But I think we go about these things the wrong way.
Okay.
Some people with motives that are not very genuine. Okay. Some people with just very, very lofty ideas.
Yeah.
So, for example, you're passionate about this. So I can imagine that you're not such a fantastic writer.
Yeah.
But you saw this need. You're passionate about it.
Yeah.
You saw people saying, bring in articles about whatever thing is happening in your society around you. So I'm thinking that someone who's not a writer will not say, let me start looking for writer. Let me start looking for writer. Start calling writer.
Sometimes they want your genuine story, not necessarily your writing prowess.
Do you understand? I start calling writer, and then we limit ourselves to all those things, and then I stopped so that we can draw that out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
so I got to the event and I met a few people. I met Maria from Cameroon. I met Mengs from Uganda. I met a few other guys from all these African countries. During one of the breakout sessions, I spoke to them. I said, this is what we're doing in Nigeria. And I'm looking forward for us to run like a curriculum of activities where we're doing back to school in Nigeria. It's running simultaneously in Uganda, Ghana, Cameroon.
Had you pre-thought this?
Yes, I was strategic. That's why you have to be strategic about I'm surprised people go to mixers and business mixers. You don't already have plans of what you want to achieve in those meetings.
Yes, so we'll hang on that, go on a quick break, and we will be back. So please stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. So we have Judith Ikpa with me here. Judith has been filling me with a lot of goodness and a lot of information. So you go to a place, I think for you it's passion, you identified it,
yes,
you ran with it.
Reached out to people. That's collaboration, if you say that.
Yeah. You strategize.
Strategize, very important.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
You're not afraid, you're bold. Walk up to
what's
people.
What's the worst case
like,
scenario?
Look at your face. Like,
I mean, like, I always ask question, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just try. You never know. I mean, when we reach out to all these big organizations to support our charity, I just tell myself, you know what, Judy, just try. If
what type of organizations are partnering?
So we have the likes of Deji West's community, which is Niger Delta Exploration. We have like of New Moon Technology. We have
so what, you just write to them?
Just write proposals to them to say, okay, we want to do this thing, and you know, which capacity do you want? And the thing is that people need to realize that there are a lot of trust issues. So you need to be able to address these issues. And also a lot of companies want to be seen that they're part of these things. So you have to also tailor your need to this organization according to organizations that share like passion. So you can't be writing about dental care to Microsoft.
Right.
Do you understand? So you have to tailor your request to organizations who have this as at the core of their CSRs. So.
That's why you're a business consultant. I see that. Okay, then I was going to ask another question.
Yes.
Why is he flipping? Is it because he's forming some frog? Is it because we're wrapping the show very soon? Okay, your husband. You go?
Yeah.
Your husband was a volunteer.
Yes, he's been my friend and he's been a huge support. You know, when everyone was there, hey, you're doing all these big madam things. I hope you're having marriage in mind, you know, but he's not scared of what I'm doing. He's not intimidated. He's cool to allow me shine, you know, and just be the person at the back end making me looking all beautiful. Even though I run most of my idea stream, I'm like, no, that English is wrong. I'm like, okay. So he does most of the vetting of my work, you know, when I write, because most people that write so fast with all these big ideas, you make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
So he's the person that corrects all of them. I'm like, no, Judith, you can't do this. Can't say that. You know, so he's been a huge support. And from being a volunteer, you know, he winked and winked back. You know,
so it now became wink.
Nice,
you know, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll ask you some random questions. Let's keep it light and simple.
Okay.
We have blown our head with plenty business thingy, such that I thought ideas was ideas. I'm like, this one must mean something. Okay. What type of music do you like?
Oh my goodness. I like
gospel
R&Bs.
Right.
Yes. So when you just drive,
do you take a moment to relax?
You know, till I met my husband, I feel like I worked too hard. Like I don't even think about. I didn't cool down. I don't watch Telemundos and all. I don't have time. You know, I'm running my business. I'm running the charity. I'm working 9 to 5. So I had like a bucket full. So until I met my husband, okay. So once in a while, I'll go for waffles and ice cream, and then see movies.
Have you guys taken like a break, vacation, or anything?
Yes, I mean we just got married. It's not been 6 months, you know, not too long. And I'll be working, so I will not even go for a honeymoon. So we're planning this Christmas to do something fun. Yeah.
So you've not gone on a vacation?
No, because I've had lots of work, you know. That's
even whilst you were alone, whilst you were single.
Whilst I was single, so loaded. In fact, when I'm married, I feel like the work doubled. Because I'm taking care of my baby with my husband, you know. Sometimes your husbands are like your sons. You know, and then some other times they're like husband and fathers. Yeah. And other times they're like babies. Right. You know, so I've been doing family, and so I'm just trying to strike a balance, and then, yeah.
Wow, you work like you deserve a holiday.
Oh my God, girl.
What's your favorite holiday destination? Let's start.
Okay, you know what? I've been to a few places, but I think I've never thought a few of my friends, Ife and the wife, they went to Tanzania. I saw a lot of cool pictures, you know. I love Greece. I love the whites everywhere. I think that's some place I want to go to. You know, but then, you know, one part of me, when I think about the flights and the tickets, I'm like, okay, that money is money for
school fees
and money for my husband. I'm like, baby,
you need to take a moment. We need your life up.
You know, like sometimes I want to spend a lot of money, and I'll be like, no, Judith, you can't do this. I don't even have my own car because I'm thinking, okay, now I don't have a car now, so that car I want to get now.
Wow.
Let's finish these people. Let's ensure that they take their work first so we can move on to the next episode.
You're such an amazing person.
My.
That you don't even think you are is really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
very
so
much.
usually I would say, I'd have you do that, but let me say something.
Mm-hmm.
Because many people watching this,
Yeah.
and people who hear Nigeria is full of a lot of duplicates. People
Yes.
who think that they can duplicate people's ideas and
Exactly.
passions.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say that, yes, that works sometimes.
Do it well.
But
Yeah, it works.
yeah, but I don't think it works at all times. I
Yeah.
think that for humanitarian business, that cannot work.
Key
I
to
think,
what you love, you'll be struggling. If you
yeah,
love
you'll be struggling. Like you cannot fake passion. You cannot fake love
Not
for
at
another
all.
person.
You just get
so
burnt
you
out.
will not. So don't even dare to think that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is what she did, and this is how she applied it. Okay. So we'll start doing it. I just think that you might be fooling yourself
Yeah.
in the long run, and
You're just going to burn out. because-
you'll burn out. Yes. Okay. So Judith, I want you to look at the camera.
Okay.
And the camera is your window. So I'm
yeah.
imagining that you had like a 1 minute and 30 seconds window to
Alright.
reach to Africa, particularly because you are Africa education aid, right?
Yeah.
Reach to Africa and the Nigerian populace and speak some words to them. What would those words be?
Okay, I'll first of all start by telling people, especially entrepreneurs who have these big ideas that they want to take on. Sometimes your constraint is not really finances. Sometimes your constraint is stepping out and talking to people and going to places where you meet these people. Sometimes you need to reach out. Don't be scared. I mean, I like this person that said, do it afraid, and then be willing to talk to people who are genuinely going to tell you the truth. And stop keying into people who are going to just mask all their achievements with "it is God." Talk to people who are going to tell you about their steps, practical steps that you can take away and start your own. I mean, I'm willing to talk through with anybody that is interested in, starting up something and really thinking about how do I go about it. To take you through all the things we did, all the technological wherewithal that we applied that we do not have to pay a lot for. And then, whatever dream you have, I always tell everybody, it is valid. Your dream is valid, no matter how big it is. You don't need to find a source of inspiration around you at the moment, but your dreams are valid. Yeah.
And it doesn't cost anything to dream.
I mean, it doesn't cost any. What's the worst case
will
scenario?
say, close your eyes and just dream. It won't cost.
Exactly.
You're not hurting anybody.
You're not hurting anybody. Just try.
Thank you very much, Judy. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming on the
Thank
show.
you so much.
You're such an inspiration.
I mean,
You're a
she's
blessing.
such an amazing woman. I mean, she's 1 year, girl. I mean, it's a lot of work, but she got here in 1 year.
Like you will,
she
it's
should
like you will
inspire
just close this show for us.
Oh, please, let's a round of applause for Maryjane. She's been an amazing host.
MC. Okay, sorry, this is for television. Thank you for watching Conversations with Maryjane.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you
Good to be here.
next time. Watch out for the next episode. And
Watch out for
bye-bye.
Maryjane. Oprah Winfrey.